Hello, welcome to today's CSS Battle Daily Target. Let's get right into it. So, let's see, what have we got? We can do this with, I think we can probably do this. Simplest way will be with 3 elements, the body and maybe 2 p tags, and then a load of p tags with some reflections and so we've got this. If we have this as an after, how can we achieve this is quite a complex one, I think. Let's just start. These have been, the battles have been quite hard recently. Right, I'm going to start with, let's make this 60 by 60. 60, let's do on the body. For now, we're just going to do this. We can save this later on, but we're going to do a display grid. This is quite verbose. Display grid with a place items of center, and that should put everything in the middle. Excellent. Okay, and that was spot on. So the color is wrong. So let's just change the color. Right, that div's in the right place. Now, what's the best way to achieve everything else? I wonder if we can have a p tag with a linear gradient. That's going to be really quite tough to do, actually. A 45-degree p tag. Let's try and do that for now. So we're going to have a p. That's going to end up not being a div. So let's just do for now. Let's do a p a, and this can just be replaced with. Save us a tiny bit. Oh, I'm actually not sure that does actually save us anything. And then we're going to have another p. And this is not working because I've put these in here because I forgot. There we go. There's our A. Well, what we do actually is we do grid. We stack everything with an area template. Areas, and then we're just going to do C for center. And that means we can do grid area on this one of C. And then we'll target all P's with that. So any P is going to have a grid template area of C. And that should stack all the P's. I say it should. Place center area of C. All P's or C. Place item center. What's going on here? Why are you not working? Okay, what about if we just do, let's get rid of this. We're in position relative. Actually, we don't need it because we're already doing it. The body's already relative. Let's just do a position absolute. And a left of, let's do 0, right 0 for now. 0. Oh, not right, top. In the center roughly, so 104, maybe 120. Are we in the right place? Yeah, we're in the right place. Just need to come across a bit, so let's do 160, 170. Yep, spot on. Okay, so that's in the middle now. So all P's will be there. Right. Now, is that? We don't want that. We actually want this to be. And let's do this. Margin 170, 104. Get rid of that and get rid of that. So that AP is in the right place now. It's not. What am I doing wrong? Margin. Do we need to put, we don't need to put pixels or margin. Nope. PB. Nope. Sometimes this just doesn't like to play ball for some reason. If we inspect on here, should be able to dive down into this. Somewhere there's a div, and inside the div there's an iframe, inside the iframe there's a document, and then inside here we've got our HTML, so we can actually just inspect what's going on here. This P does not have the margin. Why? Body P, again, it doesn't have the margin. What's wrong with it? Margin. What am I doing wrong? MARGIN. I do not know what's wrong with that. Somebody will probably, this is probably something glaringly obvious. Oh, okay, translate. Put a semicolon on the end, not a colon. That'll be what it is. So this can be 130. No, one. We need to come across more. Why do we need to come across more? Oh, I know why. Because we need zeros on the other side, because they are. There we go. So the left, not the top right. So that needs to be 0, and the left needs to be. There we go. Okay, top is too high, so let's do 140, 130, 10, 120, and 154, 164, 165, 163, 62, spot on. Okay. Right. So if we put another P in now, not that, and then this is going to have a B, and we're going to target that selector. Now, I think this needs to be a width. We're going to set it correct first, and then we can work around with the color. So width of 10px. And for now we'll do a height of 100 and a background of this background. There it is. 10's not way, nowhere near enough. 20, probably right. Let's do 4 now. We're going to put it up here. So we're going to actually translate this one. Translate. On the X, we want to go 120. Yeah, not 120, more than that, 150. It's going to be 190, I think. No, 185 maybe. That's about right for now, it doesn't matter. Actually, we can get it exactly right. 180 is not right, so 182. It's really 182, yeah. And then up. To go minus. Let's try 100 px for now. We're going to get to the top of that circle. So we're going to go 130, 140, 150, 60, 150, 152, 151, maybe. And let's go the height. So now the height will go to 210. Yep. Now, if we do a rotate 45 degree, that's about right, but our height is wrong, so I think we need to gain around 40 pixels in height. So to do that, we're going to translate this up to 170, and the height is now going to be 250. Oh, we're not far off. Let's go 260, and that is going to be 176, I think. Oh, we're going too big. So what's going on? 250, and let's undo that. 171, 260. Yeah, see, ours is too big now. So 250 is too big. What about 240? I say that that's near enough, bang it on. So this needs to come down by 5, which is 66. There we go, spot on. Okay, and then if we have another one, yeah, of a P. I'm doing the same that I did last time, where we've got loads of elements, but hey, who cares? And then we're going to do, and here, we're going to inherit everything on there, but C is going to rotate minus 45 deg. Except it hasn't. Is this changing at all? I'll move it to 27. Oh, it's down there, that's fine. So this would probably be better if we did and a position absolute. Okay, we don't want to go minus here, we want to go more like 20, or no, it's probably 50 px, I reckon. Okay, let's take the rotation off here. I think we can put this in the right place first. So top is going up to 30, nope, to 20, nope, 10, maybe a bit too much, 15, possibly, and left, let's go 190. Yeah, let's put the rotation on again. Rotate 45 degrees. Okay, we're nearly there. I think it's just that our top probably needs to be more like 14. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right. So what have we achieved so far? We have that, but you'll notice we've got that bit in the center that we need to get rid of in ours. Okay. Now the way I'm going to achieve that is I'm going to play around with a linear gradient. It's going to be from 0 degrees, and let me just get the linear gradient spec up because I always forget it. Linear gradient. Okay, right, so we're going linear gradient. We are going to, yeah, so it's from 0, which I think is shorthand degrees. It's all going to be from that colour. Okay, let's turn the diff off here. So that's going to go up to, say, 60 pixels. And then at 60 pixels, we're going to change it to this colour. But that needs to be 60px, which gives us our hard stop. Oh, and 60 is perfect. Then we're going to come along to a hard stop of now. I think if we put this colour in next at let's do 160 px, come on with another hard stop. No. Maybe we need to do, maybe that needs to be 160 to can't remember how to do hard stops anymore. Hang on, 0 to, so that's there. I guess this is there. Then we've got a hard stop there, which takes us to this one. Which takes us to this one. And that needs to do bang on 60, that's where that starts. So then that comes to 160 px, and at 160 px we have this guy. No, not that guy, this guy. There we go. Right, okay, we're still, the numbers are wrong, but now 160 probably needs to go up to 180. Is that right? Yep. Okay. And then this is where we can do a bit of magic, because instead of this, we should be able to do 1, 2, 3. That's black, and that's transparent. And there you go. There we've got our nice transparent sort of crosshair thing. So now the only thing we need is this and this, and I think we can achieve that with, do we do another P? Yeah, we do another P, why not? Another element, why not? Let's just do all in elements. This is not the best. I think we're going to come back to this at some point. Okay, D. That has a border radius of, let's do 20 pixels for now, and it's going to have a height 20 and a width of 20. I don't think this needs it, but let's just do a 1 in on this. I don't think I might be able to do that in pixels. This is going to have the same background color. Background of that. 20 is not enough. Let's do 30 and 30. So that looks about right. This is going to do a translate. Just because we want to put it in the right place now. Of along the X, we are going to go from to 95 from what's that? 7, which is 87 px. that right? Nope. Yeah, about right. And then the top of minus 40. Nope, minus, so we can leave that there. Cursor's in the right place. Minus 50, minus 60, minus 58. Nope, we're too much. Minus 61, minus 62. Oh, it's down 1, 61. That is absolutely spot on. Okay, and then our best friend, we're going to do a colour of the same here. Colour of that. And then we can do box shadows. Right, one on the left, so let's do 200 px. It's going to be way too far. Not way too far, but it is too far. I'm going to take 30. I want the 20 of that, so 180. 180 is perfect. Okay, and then our next one is going to be, we want kind of half of that really, minus a 15. So let's try that. Let's try 75 x and minus 75. Yeah, so we're nearly there. Let's just do these at 85 then. Nope. Again, we're nearly there. We need to come up maybe 5, so maybe that's 90. Yeah, maybe that's 90. It is. And so the next one will be 1990. 90px. 90. And there we have it. And then the only other thing we want is we want the main background colour. Body. I think we can do actually to save some. There we go. Done. Right, let's submit. Lots of stuff we can do to make this smaller. 600.2, that's really low for me. Let's try unit replacement. Replace a couple of things. Cool, and let's minify. 417. This is my longest one I've done for a long time. As ever, I feel like there's probably a much more straightforward way of doing this. We'll submit it anyway. We'll get that up a bit, maybe 612 or something. 607, wow. I suppose we can get rid of some pixels, pixel values, px. We got any more? Height width, no. A top can go off, left can go off. Linear gradient needs it. Margin doesn't have it. Top, right, bottom there. We've got that closing thing. Box shadows need them. Translate needs it, I think. Does it? It does. Yeah. I think I could have done better. I think this might be another one of those ones that we come back to at a later date. 608, a little bit more. I think we might come back to this at a later date. I think this would be interested to see what the not top solutions are, because they're always way beyond me, but see what some other people come up with for this one. I do like that we got to use linear gradient. This, by the way, is a shorthand for the hex version of kind of RGBA. So you've got 000, which is black. Then you've got another 000, which is obviously black again. The shorthand being 00, and then you've got 00 on the alpha channel, which gives you invisible. But because that's because we're using the 8-character hex, we can just shorthand that to 30. So that's a nice little shorter way of putting transparent into a CSSBattle solution. Yeah, I think this is probably where we're going to get this today. I'm going to share. I'll start sharing the links to these battles so you guys can play along if you want to. But yeah, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.